Well, here at the Aussie Wire, we live by three simple words: truth, freedom, and hope. And of those three, hope really is the one that lights my fire the most. It's the one that I get the most fired up and passionate about. And I love to see people who are just taking some sort of action, because so often in our own lives, taking a little bit of action is actually the thing that gives us hope. It's not as though we can all just run out there and conquer the world, but we can do something. And taking back a little bit of agency often makes a world of difference for those who are doing it, and also, of course, for those that are then being helped through that action. And so it's in that spirit that I want to bring you a story of an interesting group of people that are just doing that small thing, that little thing that they saw, meeting a need that they saw, and are changing somebody's world in the process. Now, Pat from Be Kind Friday joins us right now. Pat, thank you so much for coming on the Aussie Wire.
No problems at all.
Now, most people would never have heard of you. Your Facebook page has a whopping 3 or so dozen people following it. You are what I would call a micro charity, and you've kind of started very, very recently as well. So tell us a little bit about who
Yep.
are you, why are you called Be Kind Friday, what's behind what you're doing?
Yeah, look, my name's Pat. I think about a year ago, um, me and a friend, we decided, how can we spread a word of kindness? Like, we used to do a lot of lives of my friend Adam's lives. And I said, can we put this to the viewers and the listeners on that night? So we said, how can we do this? So I think if we asked everyone to be kind every day, we said, listen, promote being kind every day, it probably wouldn't happen. So we needed a starting point. And I said, what better starting point than Friday? Everyone's already in a good mood. We've got the weekend coming. So
Mm.
that's pretty much how Be Kind Friday came about. And it's pretty much about taking 10, 15 minutes out of your day to put a smile on someone else's face. So that feeds my soul doing that.
Yeah.
And just to see the smile on the person's face, it makes my week. I think we all need a level of recharging. Whether the recharging needs to be multiple times a day or a few times a week, but we all need that type of recharging. So
Mm.
that's how it started. So it started with a really small post. And as soon as that first Friday we put that post up, it went everywhere.
Yeah.
And I said, I think we're onto something here. So every week people started sharing this, they were tagging my name into it. And then from there, it just pretty much went to, okay, we need our own Instagram page. And then, we had people saying they were a bit scared to approach people. So then we made cards. We said, look, you can take your card when you do your good deed, hand it to them and say, when they ask why you're doing this good deed, say, look, it's because it's Be Kind Friday.
Yeah.
And then it just pretty much went on from there. And I said, where to next for Be Kind Friday? And I always had a vision to do these free barbecues and free breakfast just to give back to the community. So
Mm.
we started organizing that. And then pretty much from our very first event, it kind of blew up. And then the process from there is registering for a non-for-profit organization, getting a team together,
Sure.
and organizing the whole lot. So it's actually a fair bit of work. I can see why people shy away from trying to do this, because it's a big process to get it started, and it costs a fair bit of money when obviously you're not getting anything at all in return. Like, obviously, it's a love and a passion that you need to have.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's very hard for anyone to start. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that always want to be kind and do things for others, but they didn't have anyone to go behind, and they're a bit scared to go by themselves. So they're coming behind Be Kind Friday now and spreading the word.
Look, I have so many questions. We're watching some video here from one of your recent events, and really there have only been recent events. This is a relatively recent development for you
Yeah.
guys to move into this area. I want to talk in a moment about the setup. It's an incredible setup, and sort of where you're getting your funding from and self-funding, but we'll get to that in a second. I want to rewind. You said that you were doing these lives and you sort of had this idea of Be Kind Friday, etc. But obviously there was a recognition of a need. You were instinctively or perhaps
Yeah.
consciously, I don't know, recognizing that there was a problem that
Yeah.
needed to be solved. So what even led you up to that point?
Look, I think that there's a really big disconnect in community, and whether that's government based or we do it to ourselves because we want the big house, we want the fancy car, or
Mm-hmm.
we keep comparing ourselves to our neighbours, we find ourselves working extremely long hours from 6 o'clock in the morning. We come home at 7 o'clock at night. Then we're cooking, we're feeding the kids, we're going to bed.
Yeah.
So we don't even spend time with our own family, let alone our neighbours and the people around us. So that's where it comes in. It's like, stop, take 15 minutes out of your day to recognize someone. So it's even just keeping your head up, because we're always on social media. So our heads are always down, even when we're walking around. So head up, eye contact, say hi. It's not that hard, but that that big connection needs to be made again because we've lost it. I
Yeah.
think we've lost it.
No, I couldn't agree more. And from time to time, I do get to do these sorts of interviews with people like yourself who are just doing something. And like you said, it's an enormous amount of work. We're all busy. No one wants to have to do the admin and the paperwork and the government paperwork with
Yeah,
charitable stuff. It's like I don't want to do that either. And I'm very, very grateful to
yeah.
people like you that do. Now, we just saw some video there a second ago, an incredible setup. I mean, I know because I've looked into doing this
Yeah.
for the Aussie Wire and for myself. Those branded marquees are not cheap. It looks like you've got a really great setup there. You're making breakfast out in the middle of a park somewhere. Are you funding this out of your own pocket? Are you fundraising for it? What's your
Uh,
approach here?
yes, like to start the whole thing, it was pretty much all out of my pocket. Like it wasn't one big lump sum. It was like we did a
Sure.
little bit, we did cards, then we did this, then we made some signs,
Yeah.
then we got one marquee, then we got two marquees, and then we approached our local Bunnings, and they were kind enough to donate a barbecue.
Wow.
But we went to the t-shirts and stuff like that. See, the sales from these t-shirts, there's a bit of money goes to these events and stuff like that. But we're very lucky to have all these people supporting us because they're pretty much giving everything to us at their cost price. So,
Yeah. Wow.
and even at the events, the bacon, the donuts, the water from Alka Power Water, all
Hmm.
that is donated free each and every month.
Yeah. Wow.
So we're very grateful for the people that have jumped on board, and they've got such big hearts. And a lot of these people have been on the receiving end of a Be Kind Friday. So whenever I've gone to ask for something, they're like, "Pat, take whatever you like."
Yeah. Wow.
So it's a great spirit, and it's a great spirit to be around. And I know it's just started off in our area, but the cards have gone all over Australia. So it's I would never have thought it would have turned out like this.
That's amazing. Now you've got some more events coming up here. This is we're partway through this run of 3 breakfasts that you're putting on in Sydney. One of those has already happened. There's 2 more coming up. Tell us a bit about this and how people can get in touch with you, follow you, and stay up to date with you as you develop.
Yep. Our next one is next Friday. I think that date is the 27th there at Wynyard Station. So that's a big one. There's a lot of organising for that through City Council. That can be a pain. The paperwork was very, very thick. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think anyone can bear with the paperwork, but I did it and we got it done. So, look, they can just follow us on social media. The best place is Be Kind Friday on Instagram to stay up to date. We do weekly giveaways also. So, every Sunday there's something that's someone's donated that we give away to someone for free and that gets posted out. So, it's a great little community that we've started. And if anyone's in the area in Wynyard on the 27th, come on down. Come and meet the team. The team are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
They'll put a smile on your face, guaranteed. And it's like the bunch of people, the members that we have, I can't explain. I can't explain. It's amazing that the people that have come forward. Some I've known for a few years, some I've known for 6 months, but we've just connected. And they've come in contact with me and say, Pat, I want to be a part of this. And we're exactly the same people. And it's amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Look, congratulations on what you've started. I hope it goes really, really well for you. Can I volunteer a hoodie? Can I donate an Aussie Wire hoodie for you guys to be able to include in the
Sure.
giveaway? We'll give that away to somebody. Once we know their size, we'll post that out for them at our cost. I just think these sorts of initiatives are exactly what we need to see more of. And Pat, more strength to your arm. We'll make sure we put the links for people to follow you into the description of this video. Thank you so much for coming on the Aussie Wire.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Cheers.